It is Tuesday. Just got home after working the overtime shift. Hence why your boy has not shaved yet. You see all of these damn grays? I got to do something about it. I will tomorrow on Christmas Eve. So just going to have to deal with it for the time being. But as I make my commute inside the house to do my fatherly duties and to knock out this Tuesday content, I got to do my reflection walk. And this week, my inspiration for my reflection walk is some things that transpired while I was at work. So I got cameras all around the house, right? And my Ring camera was going off saying that there's somebody in the back like every 5 minutes. So I go ahead and I click on it and I look. And you want to know what was going off in my backyard? It was my son playing with my dog in the leaves, having a good old time, right? And also, my lady was texting me at the same time because she decided that she didn't want to go to work. She wanted to do her womanly thing. Now, what is that womanly thing? Going shopping, buying a whole bunch of stuff, living in her femininity. So as I'm over here pumping out all of this product for the company that I work for, it brought me to this realization. These two, meaning my lady and my son, in real time are benefiting off of my hard work. And it feels so damn good knowing that me getting up at 4:50 in the morning, making sure that I get to work on time, making sure that I run up that bag so they can benefit off of it, it gives me a sense of gratification, okay? It gives me a sense of pride and understanding that I am doing exactly what a man is supposed to do, what a provider is supposed to do. And I enjoy the fact that they get to enjoy that. So men, understand that being a functional adult, meaning paying your bills on time, taking your butt to work on time, that's just the functional adult part. But the true benefit in the measure of a man is when we already have crossed that line of being a functional adult into having children and having a woman that you have to take care of. It feels so good knowing that no matter what happens in life, that you are doing what you are supposed to do. And even though that it is the week of Christmas and everybody is slowing down, people are going out of town to spend time with their family, they're taking their foot off the gas. Guys like us, our foot is still on the gas because we got more money to make, we got more content to create, and especially if you have goals that you have not reached yet. See, content creation wise, yes, I surpassed over 300,000 views, but now it's to try to get to 200 subscribers, and I'm 2 subscribers away from that. So if you are watching the content, go ahead and go to the channel, subscribe, hook your boy up, help me out, help me get to that goal. But we are continuing to work. I'm not slowing down anytime soon. One of my major things to cap this year off was to make sure that I'm up thousands of dollars and I'm not in the recuperation phase of spending money on gifts and extracurricular activities for the holidays. No, I want to do that. And when it's all said and done, I want to be up thousands of dollars. And I'm on track to doing that right now. But the only way to do that is to remain disciplined, keeping your foot on the gas, staying focused, not allowing the outside world to dictate to you what you should and you shouldn't do, because you are a man. You are supposed to make sure that you capitalize on every financial opportunity available to you. It don't matter if you got to wake up or stay up late to get that money, because that's what we just have to do. All right. Tuesday content starts right now. Good day, good people. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but beep, beep, beep. I am a Renaissance man. And the reason why I say that is because, of course, during my reflection walk, I was telling you guys how I went to work today and woke up early and, made that money. But also, as soon as I got home, I had to get back into Daddy King mode. My son's picture fell off the wall, had to, fix that and get it back on the wall and just start getting things in order in my household. And it's very, very interesting when that actually happens, because you become, you go from a employee and you're working, and then you put on a different type of hat and you're a father, and then you the man of the house, the handyman, and you are juggling multiple different things, and then you got to bounce back and start creating content. So that's another role that you have to play. So it feels good knowing that I'm able to juggle all of these things, and I do a good job at it. Think about it. I post every single day, and I do work over 40 hours a week, and I am a full-time parent. As soon as I finish knocking out this video, doing the edits and the clips and all of this, it's back to being dad mode, because my son has practice today. So I have to be there. I got to train with him before he goes to the gym. I got to make sure dinner is taken care of so he can eat before he goes to practice. So it's a lot of things to do. And a lot of people in general, have a hard time juggling multiple projects, multiple hats that they have to wear. But you are literally looking at the modern day Renaissance man. And I'm just getting started. I am nowhere near at the peak or at the height of anything that I have going on. I'm just getting started. Yes, I'm 40 years old. Some people might look at me as being old, while others look at me as young. But listen, I am going to stay focusing on the grind no matter what. I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm not going to let, age, distract me from being youthful and continuing to have these big long-term goals. No, as long as I stay in shape, I eat right, I take care of myself, the sky is still going to be the limit. It might take longer than what I expected it to be, or it might be at a shorter period of time. Either way, I'm going to get what's coming to me no matter what. I am a grinder, I am a hustler, I am a machine, and I refuse to quit and give up. Remaining disciplined is so damn important, guys. It really is, because it keeps your head on a swivel. It keeps you focused on the direction that you need to go in, and not allowing any distractions to happen to cause those roadblocks in your life. That's what, being disciplined and being determined, that's where it gets you. It will not allow outside forces to distract you from moving forward. And even if you find yourself having a couple of pitfalls in life, who the fuck cares? That's just part of the story that you are creating within your own life and in other people's life as well. You have to also understand this. Eyes are on you. You are being watched, guys. If you have family members, whether, siblings, or you have children, even your woman is paying attention to your moves and what you're doing and how you react to certain things that transpire in your environment. Everybody's paying attention. Hell, we all know that the government is watching us. They tapped into every single damn camera that's in the United States and in other countries. So just understand that you are being watched, and you have to go out there and kill it every single time. You have to be calm. You have to be stoic. You have to be able to problem solve no matter what happens in life. All right. Well, that is your boy's freestyle thoughts of the week. But what are we here for? We're here for Tuesday content, and we are on the richest man who ever lived, King Solomon's secrets to success, wealth, and happiness. And I am so glad that we are finally on chapter 8, titled The 4 Qualities That Make You Invaluable. Now, it starts off with a proverb per usual, and it says, "Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart, so you will find favor and good repute in the sight of God and man. And that is Proverbs 3:3-4. Now, employers and employee relationships are very similar to personal relationships. Employers keep, promote, and pay the employees that they value, and they fire or lay off the ones they don't. As far as friendships are concerned, friends do not walk away from relationships with friends they value. Men and women don't divorce spouses whom they cherish. So here's a couple of questions. What makes a person so valuable that his employer will promote him rather than fire him? What makes a friend so valuable that many would consider he or she their best friend? And what makes a spouse so valuable that their mate will always adore them? Now, Solomon reveals 5 qualities that, when developed and nurtured, will make anyone highly valued by others, both personally and professionally. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this guy that I'm about to say, but a lot of people do. Kevin Samuels. When I read this, that's the first person I thought about, because he is the one that really started talking about this high value man thing. And I know he had a couple of metrics, but the ones that stuck out to me is you have to be of a certain net worth. And also the people that you surround yourself with, the network of people. And that's 2 things that I really took from this high value man thing, because you can be rich as hell, but you could still be a loser. Okay. So it does not matter how much money you have. It does matter, though, more, in my opinion, is how people perceive you and how they respect you, because we have a lot of rich simps that love to trick their money away on women who do not give a damn about them, but they might be CEOs, they might be entrepreneurs, they might be doctors, lawyers, entertainers that are worth millions of dollars. But what are those millions of dollars really worth if the people around you don't respect you? So it doesn't matter how much money you make, guys. And I know we all want to get rich. I want to get rich. But what truly matters and what's going to last for a long time is how people perceive you, how people value you, how people respect you, how people look at you. So understand, money is just a small fragment of what makes you a high value man. Okay. So we already discussed the first quality in chapter 2, which was diligence, which makes a person the most valued employee in any workplace. This chapter will focus on the other 4 qualities. As with diligence, these qualities must be nurtured like a seed in order to grow. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is kindness and truth, 20-carat diamonds of priceless worth. The qualities of truth and kindness in a person will always outshine any expensive diamond jewelry a person wears. It's easy to find dishonesty among people. Therefore, honesty in people can be hard to come by. Dishonesty brings short-term advantages with no significant consequences. Now, a lot of people assume this, but it's not true. Okay? Even in this me first society, kindness is scarce. In Proverbs 3:3-4, Solomon says, "Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart, like a dazzling piece of jewelry." Now, Solomon also says that it should be the first 2 attributes a person notices about us. So, quick story. Yesterday, I was taking my son to get his allergy shots, and my mom called me because she wanted to see how my lady's birthday dinner went, because I took her out on Sunday. And I told her, that everything went well. We enjoyed ourselves, told her what we ate and all of that good stuff. And the one thing that she told me is this. She says, "You know what? One thing that I can guarantee about you, son, is that you take care of your women. You romance them, you treat them well, you respect them. You know how to really treat a woman, and any woman that you stop dealing with is just stupid, because I know my son and I know how he treats his women. Now, she also, said this about my lady. She was like, look, your woman ain't going nowhere because she actually appreciates the things that you do for her. And I can just tell that she really has your best interests at heart. And guys, it feels so good when you're just being yourself, because I do love to take care of the women that I am with. I have always done that, okay? And I will continue to do that. And I enjoy doing that, especially with the one I'm with now. She is the most awesome woman I have ever been with in my entire life, okay? Now, I understand that at times when you hear things like people saying, well, relationships should be easy, right? And you might have gone through a lot of bad relationships, breakups, whatever have you. But when you find the right one that you're equally yoked with, that you're compatible with, it is easy. Everything is natural. We were talking in bed last night about how even though we've been together for like a year and a half, it feels like we've been together for years, because everything just flows naturally. We don't fight. We don't argue. Yeah, we'll have some disagreements, a couple of spats here and there, but it's like water under the bridge, because we're too busy trying to be into each other and enjoy each other's company. We don't have time to fight or argue at all. But part of it is, guys, is that we have to treat each other with respect and with kindness and with truth. I don't lie to my lady. I'm very honest with her. And even if it's something that she might not want to hear, at least she knows that I'm being honest with her, and vice versa. It's the same thing. She tells me the truth and the things about myself that I might need to work on as well, and I listen to her. So you got to have that compatibility in order for that to happen. All right. Now, this is only the first half of Solomon's directive. The second half is to write them on the tablet of your heart. In other words, make them the central part of who you are and what you are about. Now, this makes people want to gravitate to you guys, because think about it. Who wants to be around somebody negative and somebody that's dishonest and doesn't tell the truth, and then you develop that reputation of not being honest? Nobody is going to take your words, for truth. They're not going to believe you at all. And then people are going to start disassociating themselves from you. Now, this is the other side of it. Doesn't it feel good when people call you and say, I want to get your honest opinion? To me, that lets me know that they're calling me because they are confident in me that I am going to be brutally honest with them. I mean, my mom does it. My brother does it. My lady does it. Everybody around me does that, because I'm a very honest, blunt person, and I don't really care about people's feelings like that. My concern and the thing that I prioritize is making sure that they get 1000% honesty, because I'm looking out for their best interest. So, guys, even if you got to give them the brutal, honest truth, at least they're going to respect you enough to take in what you're saying, right? They're going to retain that information that you're giving them, and they're going to utilize it to benefit themselves, all right? So we're moving on to the incalculable benefit of making truth and kindness part of your life. Now, throughout the book of Proverbs, Solomon makes conditional promises. If you do this, then you'll get that. The same is true of truth and kindness. He also tells us in Proverbs 3 that we will receive the favor of men, women, and God, and gain good standings with them. The Hebrew word for favor translates to cherished approval and preferential treatment. In other words, you will be cherished by friends, peers, bosses, family, etc. But there are other benefits as well, and we're going to get into it. They create secure and treasured relationships. Knowing you can rely on a trusted friend's word makes you feel safe and secure in that relationship. It provides a concrete foundation upon which a lasting relationship can be securely built. Kindness creates value and appreciation in a relationship. Now, we've all been around people that are insecure, whether it's friends or our significant others, but they tend to push on their insecurities on you. They might say, you know what, I have trust issues, so this is why I'm reacting in this way. Well, most people get upset about that, and then they fall into that trap of, them sitting there trauma dumping on you. But this is what you got to do. Just be honest. When your girl, or, if you a guy and you tell your girl that you have trust issues, which you should not be doing, that's very feminine. Just be honest all the time. Be consistent all the time. Keep it real all the time. And what you will see is the more that you're being honest, the more that you're being real, the more that you're being genuine, those insecurities slowly start going away. Why? Because even when your woman is shit testing you to see if you're doing something, you are remaining consistent. You don't change your day-to-day schedule, and you don't even worry about what the hell they think, because you are living in truth. And if they got insecurities, that's on them. They gonna just project those things on you, and you just deflect that whole situation with the truth. I'm telling you, that's a good game right there, all right? Also, they provide encouragement and build self-esteem. Yes, it does. And I am a huge example of that, because as you know, my son plays basketball. I'm in the gym shooting with him every single week, right? And I'm pretty hard on my son. I do the build, break, build method. When we in that gym, we're building and we're breaking the things that, are bad habits, and we build it back up, which means we got to practice the things that, he has a tendency of doing that is a bad thing that affects his game. It can cause his team to lose games. And, that's just the nature of the beast. But as far as building his self-esteem, right? This is the reason why I record his practices in his games, to give him that confidence that he needs when he's feeling down, because sometimes he'll have a bad game. Like last weekend, he had an awful game, right? And I'm out in the stands and I'm telling him, hey, you're not having a good game. You got to get it together. And what ends up happening is when he gets that information from me, he gives him that consciousness, right? That self-reflection, like, damn, I am not doing that good and I need to do better. And even if that's not enough with my words, all he has to do is go on the channel and look at the games where he excelled in, where he was successful at. And then that gives him that confidence that he needs to get back on that court and do a better job the next time he has another game. So being honest and also being kind, which, I ain't gonna say I'm kind when it is, related to this situation, but just being honest and truthful is more than, what's necessary as far as, the kindness, in my opinion, because he has family members where he'll have like a sorry ass game tell him that he did good, right? And he knows damn well that he did not do so good, but he knows that they're lying. And he got sick of it, one time, because I'll be like, hey, what did so-and-so say? They said I did a good job when I didn't do a good job. And I said, and you see why I'm always honest with you, because I will never lie to you. I'm always going to tell you if you did well and if you didn't do well. And I'm telling you guys, when you give them that honesty, it actually builds up their self-esteem, because on the flip side of that, when you get overly excited when they do well, when you're like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, I knew that you could do that, it just helps build them up even more. All right. And then also we have they increase commitment, loyalty, and motivation. Whenever you are kind to someone, it raises their level of commitment and loyalty to you. It also motivates them to follow your example by returning kindness both to you and to others. Now, during this time of the year, I make it a point to make sure that the things that my son throws out, like clothes he can't fit anymore, toys he doesn't mess with, we take it to Goodwill. And that's what balances him out, because he is a only child. Now, this is the season of giving, but we give throughout the year, but definitely during the holiday season, because he gets so much shit. So he needs to know what it is to give. And then he'll appreciate the things that are being given to him, because I let him know exactly what Goodwill is, right? It's for people who, are underprivileged, that need that assistance, especially kids, right? The toys. Some parents can't afford to give their kids toys and clothes, and that's what Goodwill is for. It's for charity, and we must be charitable. And especially if you have a privileged child like I do, you have to make them do these type of things, because it balances them out and it makes them appreciate the things that they have. I make him get out the car, get them boxes out of the trunk, and give it to the Goodwill employees. So he is actually doing the act of giving. We're not just pulling up and I'm giving him the stuff. No, he got to get out the car and do it as well. So parents, make sure that you add that philanthropy within the way that you parent your children, especially if your children come from money. You got to make sure that they do that. If they're a single child like mine is, you definitely got to intensify that way that they don't become spoiled brats. All right. Well, that's all I have for this Tuesday, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. Still got a clip, edit, upload on YouTube so I can drop this at 7 o'clock at night. But before I leave, I got to plug in my Revita. Make sure you get the shampoo and conditioner. I'm telling you guys, I swear by this. Click the link in the description, get your Revita. You will not be disappointed. If you are suffering from thinning hair loss, your hair is breaking on you, this will help you out tremendously. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Peace.
Feel like they trying to box me in, so I keep a small circle around me, so fuck